opening day, on premiere night, no bad movie shall escape my sight. Let those who worship Michael Bay beware my power, Erod's plight. Greetings fanboys and fangirls, I'm Erod and I'm the Blockbuster Buster. I know. A lot of you were really hoping that I would bust this one, but frankly, I just don't think that it's that bad. Don't misunderstand me, I don't think that it's great, and it's nowhere near being counted among my favorite films. But I did enjoy it, as a comic book fan, a movie fan, and more importantly, a Green Lantern fan. Just keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and just because I enjoyed it, it doesn't mean that you should. And I also would never object to any of my fellow reviewers doing an angry review about it. Now, here are my opinion on 3 of the major complaints about this movie. Number 1, the costume. Okay, the costume is CG and it looks like balls. This I agree with. In a day and age when they can efficiently recreate Spider-Man's costume and Iron Man's armor, it seems completely asinine and lazy to produce such a classic and simple costume in a fucking computer. Now, I do understand what they were going for, since GL's costume is made up of energy, but I think this is one design that Tron Legacy actually got right, with the characters wearing practical costumes with built-in LCD lights. This would have been a far superior and more aesthetically pleasing choice than this CG nonsense.
Have you concluded admiring yourself?
Yeah.
Number 2, Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. A lot of you really hate this guy. And yes, I do agree that there are far superior choices to play this role, like Nathan Fillion. And I know I'm not wrong because they keep casting Nate as the voice of GL in the DCU animated movies. But anyway, I look at Ryan Reynolds playing Green Lantern the same way I look at Ben Affleck playing Daredevil. He was more or less adequate. Could it have been better? Sure, but it could have been far worse. Hal is Hal, the womanizing, inconsiderate hotshot with a chip on his shoulder. During my Justice League Casting Couch episode, I mentioned how, to me, Hal is that cool uncle that your parents don't want you hanging around with. And guess what? In this movie, he is the cool uncle whose nephew thinks the world of. So personally, I can't complain.
Ring. Finger.
Number 3, the bad guys suck. No doubt they could have made better choices from GL's Rogues Gallery, and I agree that it was a big fat cock tease to have Sinestro in there. But did you see Sinestro? He looked fucking awesome! Anyway, I did like what they tried to do with Hector Hammond, you know, show the flip side of getting all that power at once and letting it corrupt you. Could they have handled it better? Sure. And it was a bit of a waste to kill him off right at the beginning of the climax. And speaking of things that end with the letter X, then there's Parallax. Everyone complains about his design, and how he's a cloud and it looks goofy. But here's the thing. Green Lantern is a goofy comic book. Let's look at the plot of Green Lantern for a second. Green Lantern is about a guy who gets a magical ring from a bunch of blue space midgets and then uses it to make giant boxing gloves. Yes, him turning the helicopter into a Hot Wheels car is pretty silly, but that's what Green Lantern does.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I disappoint you? I materialized a racetrack out of pure energy, saving hundreds of people, and you're disappointed. I'm sorry about that.
Not to mention, in the comics, Parallax is a giant fear-inducing bug. Honestly, I think a cloud guy is equally as goofy, if not less. However, I do agree with you guys that they did jump the shark by introducing Parallax in the first Green Lantern movie. If it was up to me, I would have waited to introduce him in one of the sequels. But if it does turn out that this is the only live-action Green Lantern movie, then there is a part of me that is still glad that he was in it. And now for the final verdict. Green Lantern has one of the most complex backstories and universes out of all the DC heroes, and I honestly felt they did a great job of condensing and presenting it in a 3-act story. I honestly had a really good time when I went to see this movie in the theater. It sucks that most of you didn't, but I respect that. I sat there 5th row center wearing my Green Lantern shirt and my Green Lantern ring. I laughed, I cheered, I said the oath, but never did I shake my head in disapproval or protest with fanboy rage. Now, for those of you who want me to make the following statement publicly, this is for you. The direct-to-DVD animated DCU movie, Green Lantern First Flight, is a far superior film. This one gets 10 points on the bad attitude meter. The live action one, I give it a 5.5. It was pretty average. I am not surprised that it bombed, but I hear that they're going to make a sequel anyway. Hopefully they'll make the improvements necessary to gain everyone's approval and not just mine. Alright, that's all I got. Beware my power. Check out my website, suckers!
All of our lives, that was a very... Hal?
Miss?
Hal? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Hal!
How did you know it was me?
What do you mean? I've known you my whole life. I've seen you naked. You don't think I would recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones? What is this? Why is your skin green? Why are you glowing? What the hell is with that mask?
Came with the outfit.